Welcome back to the Core Java Interview Questions playlist. So far, we have covered fundamentals, OOPs, exception handling, multi-threading, and collections in earlier videos. In this 8th video, we are focusing on the most important interview questions and answers around abstract classes and interfaces. Let's get started and take your Java interview prep to next level. So the first most basic question can be asked is what is an abstract class? So an abstract class is a class which is declared with the abstract keyword. It cannot be instantiated directly and may contain both abstract, which are method without implementation, and concrete method, which are with the implementation. Next question can be asked is can abstract class have constructors and can it be instantiated? So yes, constructors are allowed in the abstract class. They can be used to initialize fields when a subclass is instantiated, generally using super keyword. And no, we cannot create an object of an abstract class directly. We can instantiate a concrete subclass that extends the abstract class. Then this is another important question, why there is need of abstract class. So an abstract class in Java is needed when we want to define a common template or blueprint for a group of related classes, but at the same time we do not want to allow direct instantiation of that base class. Below are some features and benefits which abstract class provides. First is partial implementation and enforced structure. So abstract classes can define abstract methods, which is methods without body, that must be implemented by the subclasses, ensuring all the subclasses follow a specific contract. Second is code reusability. Abstract classes can also provide implemented, which is concrete methods and fields that are inherited by the subclass, reducing the code duplication and promoting the reuse. Third is data abstraction. By using abstract classes, you can hide the implementation details and expose only essential features to the subclass and users. Then next question is can an abstract class have no abstract methods? So yes, that is also possible for an abstract class to have zero abstract methods. Basically declaring a class as abstract class simply means it cannot be instantiated directly. Next question is can an abstract class have static, final or private methods? So yeah, an abstract class can have static, final and private methods. However, an abstract method cannot be static or final because that is to be overridden in the subclass. Next question can be asked is can an abstract class have a main method? So yes, an abstract class can have a main method and can run like any other class, but it still cannot be instantiated. Next question can be asked is what happens if a subclass does not implement all abstract methods of its abstract superclass? So the subclass must also be declared as abstract in this case, otherwise a compile time error will occur. So what is the difference between abstract class and concrete class? Let us understand them with the help of Fisher. So instantiation. Abstract class cannot be instantiated directly with the new keyword and concrete class can be instantiated directly with the new keyword. Abstract methods. It may or may not contain abstract methods, but concrete class cannot contain abstract methods. Concrete methods. Abstract class can have both abstract and concrete methods, but in concrete class, all the methods must be implemented, which is concrete. Usage. Abstract class serves as a blueprint. It requires subclassing to use, whereas concrete class can be used directly without subclassing. So declaration, it is declared with the abstract keyword. It is not declared with the abstract keyword. Final modifier. So abstract class cannot be declared final because it must be subclass, and concrete class can be declared final. So the purpose of abstract class is used to enforce a common structure or partial implementation for children, whereas concrete class can be used to provide full implementation. So let us move towards interface interview questions. So the basic question that can be asked is what is an interface? So an interface is a collection of abstract method signatures, and since Java 8 default and static methods as well, that define a contract for the implementing classes. So unlike a class, an interface cannot have constructors or instance fields, and all methods are implicitly public and abstract unless marked default or static. So a class can have both concrete and abstract methods, fields and constructors, but an interface cannot. Next question can be asked is, can an interface have a constructor and can it be instantiated? So no, interfaces cannot have constructors because they cannot be instantiated directly and do not maintain state. And uh, no, again, we cannot instantiate an interface directly using the new keyword. We can only create the object of classes that are implementing that interface. Okay, so this is basic question. How can a class implement multiple interfaces? So a class can implement multiple interfaces by separating their names with the commas in the implement clause. Next question can be asked is, can an interface extend another interface? So yes, an interface can extend another interface. Uh, Next question can be asked is, what is a marker interface? So a marker interface is an interface with no methods or fields. It is just used to signal or tag a class with special behavior. Example of marker interface are serializable, clonable, etc. They does not have any methods, but they uh, have some special behavior. They denote some special behavior. Next can be asked is, what is a functional interface? So a functional interface is an interface with only one method. It is strictly having only one method, but at the same time it can override any number of methods from the object class. Now this is the most important question for in this video. Explain the difference between abstract class and interface. So in abstract class, methods can be abstract or non-abstract, but in the interfaces, methods are implicitly abstract. A class can extend only one abstract class, but a class can implement multiple interfaces. If a class is extending an abstract class, then it may not need to override all the methods, but for this, the extending class should also be abstract. But if a class is implementing an interface, then it should override all the methods inside the interface. In abstract class, variable can be non-final, but in interface, variables are final by default. An abstract class can extend another class and can implement multiple interfaces, but at the same time, an interface can only extend another interface. So, in abstract class, members can be private, protected, or public, whereas in interfaces, members are public by default. So, this is a question. This is another important question which can be asked: under what circumstances should an abstract class be used, and when it is more appropriate to use an interface? So for we are let us understand this with the help of example. So we can see here we have one abstract class named as animal, and it is having one concrete method which is eat, because every animal eats something. Okay, so we this is the default behavior of it. It is printing out eating. Then there is a abstract method named as make sound. So different animals can make different sound. For example, if we see the example here, a dog class is extending this animal class and it is overriding this make sound method, and it is printing bar. For example, if cat class is there, it will extend the animal class, it will make the sound as meow. Okay, and when can we use interface? So interface is the skill, if we consider in the terms of class. So flyable. So no, not all the animals can be able to fly. Okay, but at the same time all the animals can eat and they can make sound. So in such cases interface can be used. So for example, if there is a flyable interface, then the bird can implement that flyable interface and it can override that fly method. Similarly, an airplane class can also implement flyable, which is again not the type of animal. So it is not grouping it together. Next question can be asked is, explain anonymous class. So an anonymous class is a class without a name. It is declared and instantiated in a single statement. So it is typically used when you need to override methods of a class or interface only once, making code concise. So we have an example of it here. So we know that runnable interface takes object of a thread class. So we can see instead of passing an object of the thread class itself is declared and instantiated here. Like the run method is overridden, and there is a print statement running anonymously, and we can call run method on this R. Another question can be asked is, explain anonymous inner class. So an anonymous inner class is a specific type of anonymous class that is defined within another class. Hence, it is known as anonymous inner class. It always extends a class or implements an interface and is used for instantiating object with certain on-the-fly behavior. So in Java, all anonymous classes declared within another class are technically anonymous inner class. So we can see the example of here. There is a button class, and while calling the method of this button class, inside of that we are creating one action listener class, and we are instantiating it. So this is an anonymous inner class because it is getting declared and instantiated inside the button class object. Thanks for watching. If you found this abstract classes and interfaces interview questions helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned. Our upcoming videos will cover even more key Java topics like Java 8 features, Stream APIs, and more essential concepts to boost your interview prep. Thank you.